A good evening, Internet. Okay, so I'm kind of in the middle of a Joy Sparkles BS video. Link will be there, or there. Whichever way it is on the computer, you will see the eye icon. But anyway, what I'm going to talk about today is with YouTube advertising and ad revenue in the sense that that's how YouTubers make money. That's how YouTube functions as it does. Without that ad revenue, I would still probably be on YouTube, but I wouldn't be striving for it to be a career. You wouldn't see all these big YouTubers constantly uploading videos. You wouldn't see so much content on here if it wasn't for that ad revenue drive. In the early years, I think what was it, the first year, 1 to 3 years, all it was it's a fun hobby to post your funny crap to, and that's where you see all the cat videos with the grandparents taking the video. It's something that it became what it was because people saw the potential. And so many people saw the potential that there's millions upon millions, I think it's up to 300 million or billion minutes of video are uploaded every second. I will post the correct statistic down in the comments, or the latest statistic down in the comments that I can find. But so much content is on YouTube that it's hard to keep track of it all, and that's what YouTube is trying to do. They're not necessarily trying to censor everything, whereas, yes, when you're talking about a political or a controversial topic, such as the LGBTQ plus however many other things they've added to the end of that, or talk about war, talk about terrorism, talk about whatever, you're going to get flagged for some reason or another on that video because advertisers don't necessarily want to advertise on that stuff. And it kind of sucks for certain topics like LGBT, certain political content like with news media and current events, that it's just like, this is what's happening. How come newspapers can get these ads but YouTubers can't? But in the same sense, it's like, YouTube doesn't want to put ads on videos that are like ISIS sponsorships or recruitment videos or 4 teens harassing someone on like a live website or something. They don't want to put their ad revenue that they are giving to us as creators to stuff that's negative. And that's why so many revenue sources are pulling out. I think it's like upwards of 7 or 8 right now, including Volkswagen, Pepsi, At&t, Verizon, Starbucks, Johnson & Johnson. That's 6 right there. And those are huge Fortune 500 companies that are pulling out their ad revenue to the already sparse plane of ad revenue. Think of it like this piece of paper, this thin line right here, is all the ad revenue given to every YouTuber that decides to make money. Now that's easily cut in half probably with the advertisers that have pulled out of that. So there's less money to go around, and apparently there's a boycott going with some YouTubers or some either some YouTubers or some fans or whatever that is sitting here like, oh, let's boycott YouTube and not give them views. That's bullshit, because the drop of views would not re-attract those advertisers to come back. That would only be like, oh, YouTube's dying, where can we put our money? Ooh, let's put our money in Facebook. That's probably what they're going to do. Is their marketing team is going to be like, YouTube is starting to fail, they're starting to collapse on itself, because yes, it's an unstable environment. It is ridiculously unstable. We don't know who's going to rise to the top, who's going to fall to the bottom, who's going to get censored, and who's going to get their money taken away. Because YouTube is trying to find a way, because it's such a new It's a new industry. 10 years is not that long in industry. And we're learning so much as we go that it's trial and error with each step we take. We could fall flat on our face, or we could find the escalator to find our way up. We don't know. So it's sitting here like, we need to bring the support of the advertisers back, if not attract new ones and more of them. I'm not saying necessarily boycott them, but we need to get our voices heard in saying not all content is like this. YouTube is trying to find a way to, and I think that's what the restricted program is, that's what the age gating thing is. It's in a sense to try and attract the advertisers to come back, to be like, oh, we're working on making sure your dollars don't go towards these videos. And I understand that. YouTube is its business. YouTube is a private company that runs on this ad revenue, and it's part of Google, and some of those advertisers have even pulled out of Google. That's a lot of money that is not going towards however many people work at Google, not to mention the content creators, not to mention the company itself, because if they lose a lot of money, we could lose Google in however many years, depending on how many advertisers pull out, despite it being the biggest search engine on the planet. We need to support YouTube. We need to support Google in the sense of, this is where we live. This is where our content thrives. Without YouTube, I guarantee you we would not have the same world we have today. For a fact, Justin Bieber would probably not have gotten famous in the route, because YouTube attracts so many creators that would not make it the traditional Hollywood route. Would not make it through mainstream media, because we're weird people. We are odd. We don't fit the status quo in most senses of the name. And so we're trying to find a way to make ourselves known, or try and create something we love to do. But it's hard when people don't support YouTubers in the sense of, it's not a real career, it's not a real job. It's a real job if it brings in the money. It's a real job if it creates the hours and you see a return on investment that's worth doing it more, rather than just a fun hobby of people talking to the camera. And yes, it's a fun hobby. I freaking love YouTube. I love making these videos. It's a great way for me to get who I am out and make me not feel cramped in a box. Without YouTube, I would probably be in a very depressive state. And because when I talk to the camera, ooh, I love it. I get my emotions out. I get what I want to talk out. And that's the same thing with so many other YouTubers. And I've ranted on for so long, but you kind of get my drift. If you want to know more, here's Joey Sparkle's video. Please let me know what you think. Don't boycott YouTube. Support your YouTubers. By not watching videos, you will not be supporting them. So guys, focus on what needs to be done. Don't necessarily flag all the videos you don't like Leafy or something, but flag the videos that are truly against YouTube's code of conduct. Like your ISIS videos, like your sexual harassment videos that are people harassing people on the street or something, or actual sexual content, like somebody having a naked live stream on the website or something. Something that actually goes against code of conduct. Not some BS just because you don't like somebody, okay? So let me know what you think. Let me know where you see the future of YouTube. And definitely subscribe, like, comment, watch all my videos. I have 700 of them if you want to watch them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!